Good afternoon. Hi, this is Dr. Paul Zeitz with Justice News Network. I'm coming to you live today from Bethesda, Maryland. It is 230 days from the November 3rd U.S. election. Wow, what a crazy couple weeks it's been. Our lives have been disrupted and turned upside down in the face of the coronavirus pandemic that's affecting us here in the United States and is spreading widely around the world. No one could have imagined even 2 weeks ago or even a week ago that we would be hunkering down and doing everything we can to protect ourselves, our families, and our broader community. And it's an extraordinary opportunity to learn and reflect and grow as we grapple with this disruption in our lives. First of all, I just want to hope that you and your families are safe and healthy. And for those that are sick or self-quarantined or are dealing with people in the hospital already or who have already lost a loved one, over 100 Americans have already died and thousands around the world are suffering. Please let me extend my heartfelt condolences and support during this very difficult time. Our goal right now is to keep everyone safe and to ensure that everyone is healthy and that we can do everything we can to save as many lives as possible. So for that reason, Build a Move in 2020 has launched a new campaign to end the COVID-19 pandemic. There's a flood of information going on out there. There's information from the news and social media and so forth. And what I'm trying to do today is offer you an opportunity to take action to put pressure on our political leaders to take the bold action that's required to end the pandemic. So far, our federal, state, and local governments are failing us as the virus is now spreading widely in the community and the testing program has been slow to respond and our hospital and healthcare systems are not up to the task ahead. So for that reason, I want to introduce to you today our End COVID 2019 pandemic campaign. Our campaign is focused on calling on our federal, state, and local leaders for bold action. We are optimistic and we are committed to doing everything we can to heal America based on science, data, and evidence to save lives. And we are calling for bold action now in 3 areas. The first area is protect the people. The second area is test the people. And the third area is treat the people. Protect, test, and treat. We know now that as Americans, we have to demand bold action from our political leaders so that they act appropriately in the face of this emergency. We call on our president, Congress, governors, and local leaders to aggressively implement social distancing and containment, as these are the most effective strategies to interrupt COVID-19 transmission. We understand that this will temporarily disrupt our lives, and we are ready for social distancing, containment, and even quarantine, as we want to do everything possible to protect ourselves, our families, and our neighbors. As you can see, it's a hodgepodge of actions that are unfolding around the country, and we need across-the-board containment and possibly even quarantine to contain the spread of this virus. The second pillar is focused on testing the people. As of today, only about 60,000 Americans have been tested, even though this virus has been circulating in the United States probably since January. It's taken our federal government and state governments way too long to provide free point-of-care, rapid COVID testing to every person that needs testing. I can tell you firsthand from health providers here in Maryland that they don't have access to enough tests, and people have to wait days to get their test results back. So we're also demanding that not only everyone that needs testing have it available, but that those test results are provided back to people in hours, not days. In South Korea and China, they were doing rapid testing and offering results right away. Why can't we do that here in the United States? Every effort should be made to accelerate testing of every American that shows symptoms of COVID-19 so that clusters can be recognized quickly and community transmission can be limited. That's test the people. The third pillar is called treat the people. We are calling on all people with COVID-19 infection to have access to free health and medical services. We call on our government to invest in a rapid surge of hospital beds and respiratory ventilators so that everyone that may need treatment in the weeks ahead gets that treatment. We are already hearing from New York City that they're already short on ventilators. They're calling for the Army Corps of Engineers to come in and build extra hospital beds. The president yesterday said states should go around and buy ventilators anywhere they can. So this again is another hodgepodge response to an urgent expected surge in people that will require emergency ICU services, and that will include ventilators for supporting people's lung situation, breathing situation. We don't want to be in the situation that Italy is in, where they've run out of ventilators and they're letting people just die on gurneys in the hallway of their hospitals. We cannot let that happen here in the United States of America. So I want to ask you and invite you to take action today and every day in the weeks ahead, and mobilize your family and your faith organizations and your schools and your community to take action to demand your leaders take action immediately. We have created 2 opportunities on the Build a Movement 2020 platform. You can go to www.bam2020.world and take action immediately. The first action is to tweet President Trump and demand that he does protect the people, treat the people, and ensure that we're testing the people. We've heard all kinds of stories out of the White House press briefings about 4 million kids, 1 million kids, this many kids. And meanwhile, only 60,000 people have received testing in over 2 months of this virus circulating in the United States. So you can also text BAM 2020 Trump to 52886 and get access to that Twitter action. We know the president reads his Twitter feed, so as many people as we can to get to tweet him, that would be the best, most effective way to let him know that we're watching him and holding him accountable for bold action. The second opportunity is to call on Congress, your governors, your mayors, and your local government officials for them to take bold action on the same 3 pillars. Protect the people, test the people, and treat the people. Please text BAM 2020 COVID-19 to 52886, and you can immediately send an email to your senators, your members of Congress, your governors, and your local government leaders in most cities. So this is a quick, easy way to take action to let them know that we're watching them and we demand more effective action to protect all Americans and to save as many lives as possible. So thank you for letting me share that End COVID Pandemic campaign. And it's a sad day that we have to do it, but we have to put pressure on our leaders to take this action. I'm also wanting to share with you some thoughts about how this situation that we're in with the COVID-19 pandemic relates to the ongoing climate emergency. I appreciate the sense of overwhelm that you may be in, as I'm completely overwhelmed as well in dealing with this response, in supporting my wife who's a doctor, and making sure my children are safe and protected, and my mother-in-law, and all of our family and friends are all safe. That's my top priority, and offering them love and support and compassion as we all grapple with this situation. And I also think that this is a moment of awareness that is critically important for us to reflect on what we can do to ensure the survival of humanity in the face of the climate emergency. we have to find a way to wrap our heads around the reality that because of the imminent climate emergency disruptions, those disruptions will make this coronavirus pandemic seem minor. And I just want to share with you a thought from David Wallace Wells, the author of The Uninhabitable Earth, a book that I've recommended on prior broadcasts. He said today, while it might feel strange to even think of climate change now, in the midst of a more immediate and disorienting coronavirus crisis, the crises each echo the other in some unshakable ways. The world is just much more fragile and stretched thin than it appears. As we've been taught over and over again in the last few weeks, and when so many systems for so long are taken for granted as unchangeable, entrenched features of our lives have already been interrupted at least. The lesson here is twofold, or rather double-edged. We are vulnerable beyond our nightmares, and we can change and transform much more about those brittle systems than we've ever really let ourselves believe. So that is a critical opportunity that we have to cultivate the awareness of we can change everything, we can transform everything to respond to the coronavirus pandemic, but also to the climate emergency. And lastly, as of now, I have decided to go forward with the release of my new book called Waging Optimism. We will release this book in an online book launch on Friday, March 20th, from 9 a.m. to 12 noon Eastern Time. And I will encourage all of you to come to our website on Friday morning and get access to the web link to purchase this book on Friday morning, March 20th, from 9 a.m. to 12 noon. The idea that we have is to get as many sales that morning so that we can become a bestseller on the Amazon.com website. So, Waging Optimism, this is focused on ushering in a new era of justice, and part one is focusing on ensuring the survival and flourishing of humanity. I'm going to talk more about this tomorrow and all week, but I just want you to give you a heads up to save the date for the online book launch on Friday morning, March 20th. Please contact me through the website at drpaulzeitz@gmail.com or through the website, or please send your comments out on the Facebook live stream as well. I hope you're having a blessed day and you're staying strong and resilient in the face of our dire circumstances right now, difficult circumstances. And this is an opportunity to also be learning how to be waging optimism in our lives. So thank you for your attention, and I'll be back tomorrow with the next episode of the Justice News Network. Have a great day.